Our second bout of the night, ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the NFA cage, Dougie Brand.
Ready credit of IQ Jiu-Jitsu. He's done wrestling, he's done jiu-jitsu tournaments, he's wanting to get his hand raised in MMA. We'll see how this goes as he's up against a tough kickboxer.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tough fight for Dougie. I know I've trained with Nick a handful of times, and Nick wrestled when he was younger, right? He was in the same program that I coach for now. I didn't coach him back then, but he was in that program, coming up. So he does have some grappling ability, and if Nick can stop the takedown, or he may get on top and start, and try to get on top and start smashing.
It was funny interviewing them earlier. They both said the exact same thing, except for the opposite ways of how it's going to go. They were both like, you know what, I think he's a nice guy, I respect him a lot. But Nick said, I'm going to knock him out, and Doug said, I'm going to submit him. So we're going to see a lot of tonight's card. We don't have a lot of bad blood, and you don't need that in MMA. You got a lot of talent. A lot of these guys respect each other. I personally like to see that.
His opponent now making his way to the NFA cage, Nick Duren.
So guys, like we just talked about Nick, I've trained with Nick a lot. The other thing I really like about Nick is he is one of the most dependable guys when I've ever needed something help-wise, right? He's always there. You can always count on him. But fun fact was we were drilling, wrestling one day with some Thai clinch stuff. He almost put me to sleep by squeezing on my neck, and I completely forget that he's like a power lifter. He's one of the strongest individuals, like functional strong, right? Not like beach muscle, like. If you need him to lift a car off you, he's going to lift the car off you. but like you said, he's a striker. He loves kickboxing. He loves striking. But Nick loves to fight, right? He's trained out of there with Eric at ESMMA. Great gym, great team. Big team. The team gets bigger and bigger every time you go down there. But Nick just loves to fight. That's why he does kickboxing and MMA. He just, wherever he can get in, he gets in.
Well, and he also, his first MMA fight, he fought Zach Carlisle, who has a ton of experience. So he showed in his first fight that he's ready to go. He has that secret experience you talk about. He's been training a long time, and now he's getting the actual cage work.
I've heard he hits hard, too.
He looks like it.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA middleweight division, brought to you tonight by Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This wrestler and jiu-jitsu specialist stands 5'10", weight in 184.9 pounds. Tonight, he's making his amateur debut. Representing IQ Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Fredericktown, Missouri, Dougie Brand. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 6'1", weight in 185 pounds. He holds a 1-0 amateur record. Representing ESMMA and Fitness, fighting out of High Ridge, Missouri, durable Nick Duren. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
I'm excited for this one, guys.
Yeah, these both, Douglas looks like he's that country strength, and you got Nick Duren, who looks like a powerhouse also. This should be fun. This is sponsored by Unrivaled Realty, our very own Brad Carey. Good strike.
There, he's going for the takedown already.
Yeah, Doug was working for the setup with those strikes, right? Oh, big right hand to Nick Duren.
He's hurt.
Big right hand, he jumps on top. But Nick's got to be careful, right?
Right. Don't want to get overzealous.
Oh, Nick's going to deadlift him. Ooh. That's what I talk about. Nick is one of the strongest people functionally, right?
Right.
But he's got the stamina to do that all 3 rounds if needed. To be super honest with you here, I would almost stand back up, right?
Right.
I got to give Brand credit, though. He wasn't quitting. Yeah. He stood back up twice.
He did.
Yeah.
He didn't quit.
And he didn't. Yeah, and that wasn't really a stoppage for Hurt. That was kind of more of a, I hate to say it this way, mercy stoppage, though, because he was just getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, and the safety is always number one, and Josh is one of the best referees we have. Yes. So, I'm glad Nick got that win. Another quick win here at NFA 22.
When they see over 5 amateur fights, they let stuff like that go a little longer. But if you're still kind of green, it's more about safety.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we had a little bit of fight 2, kind of the same outcome. Let's see the replay of that slam.
So right here, Nick has that body lock around the hips. And you'll see me just lifts him and just redirects him with this big slam. Watch this. Boom. Now, to Dougie's, credit, he tried to stop himself and made it a little nicer than it could have been.
For sure.
But at that point, you're getting ragdolled by a grown man.
I just keep looking at those back muscles popping out as he's lifting. Strong kid. Again, we'd like to thank Unrivaled Realty for sponsoring that second fight. Another TKO, so 2 fights, 2 TKOs.
Yeah.
I'm sure Douglas Brand will be back. He ran into a freight truck known as Nick Duren. Again, as these guys advance, they'll be able to do more game planning for their fights and things like that. It's hard when you got young fighters going in there and it's their first time.
Yeah, and it started with that big right hand from Nick that dropped him. So, I mean, once you're there, you're playing catch-up. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, calls a stop to this fight in just 50 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Durable Nick Duren.